Hey guys, it's Nicole. Welcome back to Chronicles of a Crafter. Today I'm going to be doing something fun here in my craft room. I think I'm going to collage something, just like, you know, decorate a sheet of paper and then find a way to insert it into my junk journal. All right, so to begin with, I went ahead and tore up a bunch of pages from a book, and you know, just some random pieces of ephemera that I had laying around, like some pre-made pieces. And what I want to do is ink it all, and I'll just show you guys what I've done so far. I've inked all of these. These are just some pages that I tore up from random pieces of ephemera and books. And then I have like these two right here. I'm using I need coffee right now. I'm using ground espresso. I'm using ground espresso, and which is my go-to for inking a darker rim around any light colored pages or any coffee colored pages. So I inked around this pocket and this one as well. I've also inked around a lot of these darker sheets, these pages that I tore up. So yeah, you can use ground espresso or any darker ink. Even a black would probably look good with this, but some of the writing on here is brown as well. It's not black ink. So yeah, I just figured I'd accent the page with some ground coffee. I'm telling you guys, I need a cup of coffee. I need coffee so bad. It's so early in the morning here, but yeah, I just need some coffee. But I'm inking with ground espresso. Okay, I can even use an espresso. Like right now would be great. So anyway, here we go. I've inked this. So what I want to do is take all of these little tiny pieces, and I may tear up some more and ink some more based on how they lay on the sheet that I'm going to collage. So I grabbed one of these fancy pieces of paper from my stash, and you don't have to use this. You can use plain white paper, especially if you're going to cover it all up. However, this is going to go into my junk journal, and after I collage it, I'm going to insert it into the journal, and I'll show you guys how I plan on doing that. Right now I just want to put a score mark here at 1/4 inch, and this is copyweight paper, so don't expect the most from it. It may even rip in the process while I'm doing it. So yeah, I'm just going to set my scoreboard aside. Of course it falls off the floor. So yeah, I'm just going to set my scoreboard aside and give that score mark that I just made a nice little crease to get it nice and flat and even. And then I am going to let's go ahead and okay, so this will be the side. All right, I'm going to go ahead and fold this over like so. I just want to get it even to where this corner has a crease, a point. So I'm not doing any kind of measuring. This is just a whimsical sheet of paper that's going to end up in my junk journal. All right, so from there I want to fold this side over. No, I want to fold this side down like this. Okay, I don't know, I'm just doing stuff, right? So anything can happen at this point. And then I'll leave it like this so you guys can see. I'm gonna then fold it again this way to meet this point over here. All right, and then I'll open everything up and show you what it looks like, so that I'm just making this up, guys. This is just gonna somehow magically fit into my junk journal. All right, so okay, this is what we've done. Okay, I just took an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, put a 1/4 inch score mark on one side of it. This is the side that's gonna get glued down into my journal, and then I just started folding it up, right? So I folded it like this to make a little sail, and then I folded this one over to meet here. Okay, so got a point on this end, folded it over to meet this section right here. Okay, and then I just folded it again. So basically this right here can now become a pocket. It can be a tuck spot. you know, and then you open it up and you have all this magical writing space. So what I want to do is collage this side of the page, and I'll leave this side blank, okay, or undone. I'm just going to use some Avery glue stick. I have some Scotch Create somewhere, I just don't know where. But first I want to lay out some of these pages just to see how they would work. And then we'll fold everything back up again once it's all glued down. Move these pockets. Yeah, I'm just gonna, this is too easy. I mean really, this is too easy to do. Okay. I'm just laying it out a little bit just to see if how I want these to look. And I think I want this one down here. And some of them have flat edges and some of them have torn edges, so that's basically why I'm doing it this way, just to figure out where I want everything to go. See, I don't want all of these on one side. I have so many of these that I have to get in here. So yeah, I'm just going to place that there, place this here. Let's place, ooh, I can tear this. See, I have smaller areas now, so I'm just going to tear some of these pages and place them in here and ink them as I go. So here I can place that there, and I can even leave some of this paper showing, like, you know, it doesn't all have to be covered up. It is a pretty page by itself, which is why I didn't want to use just regular copyweight paper. But if that's all you have, feel free, just cover it all up if you want to. But yeah, don't worry about getting any kind of specialty paper like this if you don't have it. And right here, let's see, I'm going to tear this and place that right about here. Okay, so yeah guys, this is what I wanted to do today, is get some extra writing space into my junk journal, and by leaving the other side of the page blank, it creates that writing space for me. So and it doesn't even, I'm not even sure if some of this is right side up or upside down because it's so tiny, it's so small. I'll just tear this off right here and ink it. Now normally when I'm not recording, what I would do at this point, after I get all of my pages, all my sheets of paper down, I would then take a picture of it, you know, just so I can remember which page went where, and that helps too. So keep that in mind if you need to. Just take a picture of what you're working on, and this way you'll know exactly where you placed your last piece, or you know, where everything goes on the paper. So I did ink this one to go here, but it's starting to look a little brownish in this section, so I'm going to, let's move this down to here, and I'll place something like this up here. Let's see how much room I have to work with. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just tear this one off and place it right here. And I'm going to leave that little section right there undone, and maybe a pocket can go there, you know, like something like so, and I can still use that as a tuck spot or whatever. Okay, so let's just go ahead and glue all this down, and I still have all of this paper left to do. I might have time to do a second one, and yeah, let's just go ahead and glue this stuff down. So I'm just going to move these to the side and start with the very bottom pages. So it'll be this one that'll go down first. And again, I'm just using some, this is Avery glue. I think I got this at the dollar store, or maybe an Office Max or Staples or something like that. But yeah, Avery glue is it's not a permanent, I mean, it's not that it's permanent, it's a washable glue. So if you get it on your clothing, if you get it on your mat, it's easy to wash off, but it does dry permanently. Okay, so I'm just gonna add some glue to my actual page here. Okay, so guys, I hope you're having a crafty day. I hope you're doing crafty things in your space. If you have a full-on craft room, you know, I've been toying with the idea of getting a dream box, and you know, the more I look at it, it's like, yeah, it's aesthetically beautiful, but the way that I craft, I'm not sure if a dream box would work for me per se. But it's an investment, right? It's something that's going to cost you a couple $1,000s. So I don't know. I'm just toying with the idea of maybe I want one, maybe I don't need one, but I want my stuff to get all like organized and be I want my stuff to be perfectly organized in my craft room, and I don't know if that could happen. Not in this craft room, anyway. Maybe if I start over in another life, maybe I can get all my stuff organized. But let me tell you, when I first started this craft, let's just go there for a second. When I first started this craft, I had one desk. It was a very small desk, and I had no stamps. I had nothing. Okay, no stamps, no punches, none of that stuff. All right, so it was just me and my desk, and I was remaking binders. And by binders, before the video's out, I'll grab a binder and show you what I'm talking about. But yeah, I was basically just crafting with, I mean, it was still a form of junk journaling, but I just wanted to remake a book. Okay, I just wanted to make a book. Like, I didn't care what the book looked like, what the book had in it. I just wanted to make a book. And so I took a binder that I probably purchased at the dollar store. Took that binder and I cut it down to like almost nothing, and repurposed the binder clips that were in there and recovered all the cardboard. I hope I still have the one that I actually did, but I'll show you guys what I mean by repurpose a binder. So anyway, that was my initial goal, was just to make a book somehow and then repurpose everything that came with it, so that I can, you know, use it and not throw it away, not throw away any parts of it, just reuse all of it. All right. But then I was looking at someone's video that I don't remember who it was, but I think she did, her style was making mini albums, and that became fascinating. I'm like, oh, mini albums, what are those? So yeah, I hopped on board the mini album train for about a week. Just watched every single mini album video that ever was made, and I was like, this requires a lot of math, a lot of measuring, a lot of time, a lot of tools. I'm like, I don't know if I want to commit myself to such a specific task, right? Like that type of craft is like very meticulous, and you know, it's I don't know, to all you mini book makers out there, more power to you. I just wanted to like go with the flow and just make things for me. And you know, I think these people were making them for professionally made for baby showers and, you know, wedding albums, and I was just like, I don't got it. I don't got the energy for it. I just wanted to craft, right? So I had a very small desk in my room, a pair of scissors, maybe one of these inks, just one. Now I have like 40, okay? That just goes to show how quickly your craft room can get filled up with stuff. And this is the reason why I'm saying I don't think that the way that I craft a dream box would work for me. Okay, I just had a pair of scissors, one ink, maybe some ribbon from the Dollar Tree, some paper from the Dollar Tree, maybe one paper pack from Michael's, and I was just like, yes, I'm doing it. I'm doing something. This is gonna make me happy, and here I am. All right. As I'm working in my craft room and realizing that, okay, I have some talent, I have some skills. Like, I was like, all right, well, maybe I'll just turn my camera on and do a haul. And I think my very first video, I went to I went to the Dollar Tree and I spent probably $100, right? And I bought a bunch of stickers and I bought a bunch of additional crafting supplies from the Dollar Tree, mind you. That was my very first video. It was a Dollar Tree haul, and I was so proud that I finally had a bunch of stuff now, right? So now I think, okay, great. I can craft. But where do I begin? Like, what is my crafting style? What is it that I want to craft? So it just became like a little mini journey for me to figure out, like, how do I fit into the world of crafting. I've always been an artist. I've always painted, and I've always been an artist most of my life. Since I was probably, I want to say 7 or 8 years old. I made my mom sorry mom, I don't know if you still have this little object or not, but I made my mom a clay man standing like on a beach, like a little island, like a little piece of land, and he was playing the drums, I think, and or a steel pan, and my mom kept that, and I was like, she was so proud of it. I mean, it was made out of clay or some sort of putty that hardened really quickly when I was probably in kindergarten, and she still kept it. I felt like, okay, that's a good feeling to have someone see your potential. And ever since then, my mom has put me in art classes, and I've always painted things and made the most of my free time by expressing myself through art. And then crafts came along, and it's like crafts and art are two different things. Like, art requires thought for the most part, where crafts can be like free and willy-nilly, and you can just do whatever you want. And I kind of liked that concept a little bit better. So yeah, that's how I lend myself to being a crafter. Not so much just an artist, but I'm a crafter as well. So I forgot to ink this little section. Anyway, that's a little background on me, and that's why I'm torn between, do I want a dream box? Do I need a dream box? Is it just something that I want, or do I actually need it? Will I actually use it the way that it's meant to be used? And if not, then why bother, right? Why invest the money? But it would make my room look so good. Anyway, this is what we've got so far. I like this little blank spot right here. It just kind of breaks up it breaks it all up a little bit. So my page still has its creases in it. I can still see where I creased it. I'm going to try to fold this over, but I'm not going to leave it folded. I just want to recreate some of those creases so before my papers, the stuck pages dry. And then I'll reopen everything up. I just want to get my creases back in, because once these pages dry, everything will be hard and stiffened and crunchy. So my creases are back in. I'm going to let this dry for about maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then I'm going to go grab that binder that I was talking about, that I think that you guys have some idea of how to make a mini album based on that binder. So 2 takes. Okay guys, so I went and grabbed the binders that I was referring to earlier. These are by Jot. I got them at the Dollar Tree. They are some plastic covered mini binders. They measure about 8 by 6, I want to say. Little under 7 by 8.5, almost, yeah, 8 and 3/4. Okay, so what I did was, because the binder itself is very flimsy, I went ahead and peeled off all of this extra plastic stuff, and underneath is like cardboard, like real, you know, cardboard. It's like cardstock, not cardstock actually. It is, what is it called? It's like cereal box basically, and, or, gosh, what is that called? Ugh. Underneath this is this, okay? What is this? I forgot. I can't think of the word. Anyway, underneath this plastic is this stuff, right? And it looks exactly the same, identical, and they just scored the center here and created this binder, right? And I think the spine may even be its own separate piece. So I just ripped everything apart and decided to remake a book. And that's basically how I started crafting, was by taking apart a binder like this and reusing it, because these three rings right here, you could put a bunch of things in, different papers, lined paper with holes in it, and you can just continuously use it, or you know, take them out and replace them. That's what I started with, okay? And I will think of the name of this. It's hot in here and I need coffee. Anyway, that's what I started with. That's how I learned to make a junk journal, by ripping apart an old journal, then by tearing out pages from an actual book, something that I read in the past, and I was like, oh, I already read this book, I probably read it twice, what am I keeping it for? And I started tearing pages out of it, and the pages started to come together kind of like this. Okay, so that's why I don't think that a dream box will work for me. You tell me, like, how are you guys? For those of you who are fortunate enough to have a dream box, how are you guys using your dream box? Just let me know down in the comment section. And if it's worth it, like, I don't mind spending the money to have a dream box. I just want to make sure that it's worth my time and energy to assemble, put it together. The fact that I travel back and forth from Florida to Arizona, I want to make sure that I can get the most use out of it as possible. I'm just going to put this pocket down on this flat section. I don't need it, but I think it'll look cute. So yeah, and my page is almost dry, and once it's dried, I'll put it into my junk journal. But yeah, let me know down in the comments if you guys have a dream box. How are you using your dream box? Is it worth it for you? Are you using it the way that you thought you would? Are all of your supplies fitting into the dream box? You know, like, because I have a lot of stuff. I have so much stuff. I have shelves and shelves and shelves of stuff in here, and I don't think that dream box is really going to benefit my craft room, because I travel so much, for one. And will I be able to bring my dream box out west one day? Who knows, right? Will I be able to store all my stuff into the dream box? Who knows? So yeah, if you have one, let me know in the comments. Or how are you guys using it? If it works for you, do you regret purchasing yours? And you know, just let me know if you think personally, for yourself, for your crafting style, if it's worth it, and do you have any regrets on purchasing it. So all right, so here's our collage page, right? I just added this cool little pocket right here, and I'm going to grab my junk journal and find an empty page in here to adhere it to. Just any page, doesn't matter where it goes. I don't want to start at the very, I can put it right here. I don't want to start like in the very first signature. I don't know, it's something about the first signature. I like to have little surprises inside the journal. You know, as you go along, you find things like this, right? And it fits perfectly right here on my 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that I put into this journal. And it's just going to be a nice little fold over, a little tuck spot and writing space down the road. So I put this 1/4 inch hem or seam right here, the score mark, and that's going to allow the page to flip all the way over on the other side, and I can write all over here, and it has something very interesting to look at on the inside of that that page. So I'm just going to add a bead of glue straight down on this scored line that I made, the 1/4 inch. And again, I'm using my Nuvo glue, which I think is very closely related to Barely There. It gives you some time to, you know, some wiggle room. If you make a mistake, you can pull it up real quick and stick it back down. But once it's down, it's down. Like, once it's there, that's where you got it. And good luck ripping it. I mean, taking it out without ripping it. So, yep, I just added that little page, the 1/4 inch right there, and it's glued down forever and ever in my junk journal, and this is what it looks like, right? Super simple, super easy to do. I hope you guys try this project. Let me know if you like this project, and if so, how would you have done it differently otherwise? Only thing I would do differently right this very moment to make sure that it stays down is add this little paper clip. I don't know what this is called. I made these a long time ago. It's like a little hidden paper clip attachment. So I'm just gonna put that right there, and yeah, this is where this will live, because I did not decorate that pocket, and I didn't realize that it would be the first thing that you see. I didn't realize that it's actually the first thing that you see. So now it's decorated by just adding that little hidden paper clip attachment right there, and you can put a pen on here, right? Like if you, I think that's why I made these. These were like little pen holders. And now I have a writing device here hidden inside the book. And there you go. Alright guys, I think I've talked your head off enough for one day. I'll probably make another one. Here's another sheet that I'm going to finish collaging all of these items onto. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Alright? Have a super crafty day. Go do something extremely wonderful. And yeah, stay naturally curious. Alright? Bye!